Man, I did all of that, bro, and lost connection. If I'm recording or not. All that time wasted, man. But yeah, we just finishing up this a midway through video. We got Q. We just finished up the second story gutters and the first portion of the front of the house. The gutters right there. So now we just got these right here and on the side. Over here. Say what? Right over here. Yeah, so no, right there. Alright. And then we got JJ, he finishing up the driveway. All of this is clean, you just gotta rinse that off. It's the last dirty part. What's up, JJ? Oh, JJ cold, look at him. He bundled up. But yeah, he done knocked this sidewalk and driveway out in about what, 20 minutes? But yeah, we midway through. Like I said, we taking a little bit longer than usual because to help Q with this ladder, make the dream work, you know, with this hose and ladder rather. But we taking a little longer than usual because we are doing videos and trying to educate and trying to get some content, you know, on our YouTube and social media outputs, you know. So you know, we can keep our fan base and followers coming. So, but normally, you know, a job like this, house this size, gutters and driveway, let's just say, because the gutters, you know, you never know with the gutters. But a house this size, I mean, we can do in less than an hour. I know it looks big, but we can do this in less than an hour, and that's with two people working. I mean, truth be told, you know, you really can do it with one guy. You know, I mean, it's really not that complex. You know, every job is pretty much, you know, the same. You know, you wet everything down. Put the soap on the house and you power rinse the soap off of the house. You know, if you got an adequate amount of pressure coming out, you know, if you got a big enough machine where you can do it from the ground, then do it from the ground. You know, if you don't have a big enough machine where you can do it from the ground, you know, that's when you can whip out the brushes or you can whip out the ladders. But for the most part, it's still the same thing, you know. And I'm just taking a look at these gutters right here, making sure things are flowing. He's flushing out right now. Flushing all that dirt and debris. And then that's when you'll start to see, you know, more water come out instead of overflowing right there. Now he got all that debris flushed out. So we pour the skirt down so that we can get the debris to come into the ground instead of into that drain pipe and into the ground, you know, wherever that goes. So that's particularly how we do these gutters if they're not too bad, you know. The roof is kind of steep, so you know you really don't want to be climbing up there. But you see that gutter flowing now. It just stopped. But yeah, it was just flowing real good. So we know that's flushed out. So now he just has these. But anyway, so if it's a walkable roof, we'll get up there and we'll get them. You know, we'll blow them out from up top. If it's not a walkable roof, then we have to do it from the ladder, such as Q is doing right now. If the gutters are pretty bad and it's not a walkable roof, we have a device like a snake that we use, and we pretty much put it in the gutter, and it kind of like pours the debris. It pushes the debris out, you know, and pours it out. So that's what we use if it's not a walkable roof. We try our best not to take off the gutter screens. If the gutter screens got to be taken off pretty much to efficiently clean the gutters, we we don't put them back on. You know, we let the homeowner know, like, look, just get on an annual cleaning. That way you won't have to worry about this again, because it makes our job harder. We got to take those screens off. The screens are there for protection of large amounts of debris to get in the gutters, but it's not going to stop debris from getting in the gutters. You know, you cannot go 5-6 years without getting your gutters clean and expect, you know, for it to be, you know, still flushing properly, no debris in there. I mean, so basically after so long, after, you know, you got all of these seasons, you know, we're in West Michigan, so all of these seasons, the rain, I mean, we got summer, winter, you know, fall, spring. So let's just say when fall hits, you have all of these dry, dead leaves and other different things that fell off of the trees, and they're dry and dead. So that little fine debris, because they're brittle, so that little fine debris, although the gutter screens are keeping the bigger debris out of the gutters, it's not keeping that fine debris that's getting inside the gutters. And over time, that fine debris creates a soil, because it just keeps on getting in there. I mean, it's, like I said, it's dry, it's brittle, and then you have the snow. The snow just smashes it down, and then now it's all flattened on top of those gutter screens. And then now you have spring comes around, and now it's raining on these gutters. The snow is gone, now it's raining on the gutter screens, where all of that debris is just smashed on top of it. Then you have summer, where it's the sun dries it back out, and then it rains, and then you have more debris getting inside of there. So it's just a never-ending cycle if you never get that debris off your gutter screens and get your gutters flushed out. You know, it's be a lot cheaper to just get that done annually or biannually, instead of just letting that build up. Because, like as I was saying, when all of that fine debris, it gets in there, you know, little bit by little bit, after, you know, 2-3 years, now it's created a soil for plants and weeds and everything to grow. And now, you know, you have a bigger problem, and that's when we gotta pull out, you know, the snake, you know, the tools like that to get these gutters flushed out, or even worse, you know, taking the screens off. You know, and that's our last resort. We never want to take the screens off, because that's more work for us. And then that's basically, you know, the homeowners pay for these screens. So, you know, we don't want them to feel like, okay, you wasted the money on these screens. But, you know, it's, you know, you just can't neglect your property, even no matter what you have. You know, nothing lasts forever. So everything got to be maintained, and that's where we come in at. It's just coming through, like I said, either once a year or once every 2 years, and just getting these gutters flushed out at bare minimum. I wouldn't let them go 2 years, especially if you live in a wooded area like this. You know that you're going to have debris up there. So best to be proactive. Other than that, like I said, Q, he's just finishing up these gutters right here. Pretty sure JJ is all set up front. We're gonna get started on the house, and like I was saying, if I wasn't creating content, it would be done right now, because I have 2 pressure washers going right now. Let's see. We got 2 pressure washers going right now. How we would have done it, because it's all about how you do it. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. So we would have got the gutters cleaned first. And then we would have started on the house. So one guy would have been cleaning the gutters. The other guy would have been spraying the house with soap. So you got one guy cleaning the gutters, one guy spraying the house with soap. Getting that soap on there and letting that soap dwell to eat up all of this growth is a very important step of getting done with the job quickly. Because that's why it's important to have, well, that's why guys that have setups like, like ours. Let me just show you our setup real quick. Where you can just, so we have right over there, we have 2 hose reels. Each reel has 200 feet of hose. And then we have that pressure washer right there. And then we have another one that's behind that yellow hose. So it's sitting on the floor. So my point is when you're able, when you pull up to a job with 200 feet of hose, and you got your own water tank, you got your soaps and everything, your soap mixed to your bleach tank and everything, you just pull up, unroll your hose and get started. That's getting that soap on there and getting started that quickly. That's why guys like me in the industry are able to get jobs done so fast, because we don't have to pull a pressure washer off our tank. We don't have to hook water up to our pressure washer. We don't have to, we don't have hoses thrown around in the back of our truck bed. We have enough hose to get all the way around the house. We don't have to drag a pressure washer with us because we only got 50 feet. Things like that. So back to what I was saying. The reason why we would have been done in about an hour and a half, because one guy, I'm sorry about the light. So one guy would have got started on the gutters, and then the other guy would have sprayed the house to get the soap on the house, get that dwelling. So by the time the guy gets done, it only takes maybe 5-10 minutes to get the soap on the house. And then, so you got a little bit of growth. So, it may take, 2 or 3 coats, applications, most likely 2, because we got the hot water going. So 2 applications and soaping of the house is done. So from that point, now it takes, like I said, about 10 to 15 minutes to, 5 to 10 minutes to soap the house. And then, like I said, it might take 2 applications. So let's say 10 to 15 minutes. So now, let's just say 15 minutes, the house is soaked. Now it's ready to be power rinsed, because we can soap the whole house because we have 200 feet of hose. We don't, it would take, longer if we had to drag around a pressure washer with 50 feet of hose. So what's good? You gonna start on the house?
Huh?
You gonna start on the house?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could start on the front.
Yeah. Be careful with that front door though. I would just go ahead and just work the whole house. I'll be with you in a second. I'm just finishing up this video. Okay. But yeah, that front door, I think it's, it's that wood. So I would soak that last. Yeah. All right. What you doing now, Q?
Huh?
What you doing?
Taking storage.
Huh?
Taking storage. Oh, you already did?
Yeah, I did those 2. Only thing that need to be done is that that little gutter screen right there. It just need to be put back in place.
All right.
All right.
Put the ladder over the door.
All right. So, like I was saying, that's why we're able to get jobs done quickly. So, like I said, we soaked the whole house, 10-15 minutes. That's 2 applications. So now the house just needs to be power rinsed, maybe brushed a little bit, but it's ready. The soap has done its job, and it's ready to be, ready for the finishing touches, which is power rinsing it, and it takes, if you got equipment like ours, I'm not saying our equipment is the best. I'm not saying that. Man, be careful, man. So I'm not saying our equipment is the best, but I am saying, that we have invested into our equipment to where we can get jobs done quickly and efficiently. We're not rushing when we do these jobs. We're actually taking our time. Like, for us, when we do a job in 30 minutes, a big house like this, and we do it in 30 minutes, we took our time. We definitely took our time. Because if we get this job done in 30 minutes, this is what happens. If we was just doing the house, this is what happened. We got here, we soaked the house. 5 to 10 minutes. Because it's 3 of us. Let's just say we was only doing the house for 3 of us. 5 to 10 minutes on soaping, and then we get to rinsing and brushing. We got 1 guy brushing, and we have 2 guys rinsing, because that's all we're doing as a house. So we're gonna utilize both machines. So now, what would have took 1 guy to rinse, let's say 20 to 30 minutes, it's gonna take half that time. 15 to 20 minutes for 2 guys to rinse. So, you see what I'm saying? So we will always utilize our time, efficiently. And like I said, we're not rushing. We always figure out the plan of attack before we start. So that's how we get things done. But yeah, if I wasn't making content, we would be out of here and on to the next job. But since it's, the slow season, it's fall, and things are getting slow, I'm putting out, we're gonna put out more content and try to keep this same content going for, for next year. Next year, these guys should be pretty well trained, pretty seasoned. This is JJ's 2nd year. This is Q 1st year. That's JJ. This is his 2nd year. And this is Q. Come on, Q, man. Your butt showing all on video.
I'm sorry, man. I just tied these up.
Come on, man.
It's a lot of bending and whatnot when we working up there and working around.
Man, come on. Nah. So we have a no sagging policy, but we kind of more lenient on Q because
I'm a big guy.
he's 6'5", 300 pounds. He can't find a lot of clothes that fit him. So
I've been down. I want to get the work done, but I've been down. Even though these tied, as y'all can see, they tied up.
For sure.
So I got to readjust the tie.
For sure. But yeah. So yeah. But like I said, I've been trying to say this for like 20 minutes. If I wasn't making content, we would have been out of here in an hour and a half. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes to soak the house, 20 to 30 minutes to rinse the house. While I was soaping the house, someone would have been doing the gutters, and then when I started rinsing the house, someone would have been doing the driveway. So everybody would have been active and productive all at the same time. But other than that, I am about to go help JJ. Q is just finishing up the gutters.
You're working when you see that smoke coming off your head.
Let's see.
Oh, I gotta get in the sunlight. Can you see it? That's real work right there.
Hold on. I can't see. Hold on.
I gotta get in the sunlight. Hold on.
I can see it, but I can't see it on the camera.
Can't
oh,
see
there you go. Oh yeah. That's when you know you're getting money. But yeah, let me get some of this money that he bragging about. I'll catch up with y'all later. All right.